bass be going up. Your bass be going up.
Shalom. Peace and blessings, family. Welcome back to the Born of Levi experience here on G.O.C.C Media. I am your host, Deacon Hazak. How's everybody doing today or this evening? Yeah, do me a favor, kindly hit that like button on your way in. We're going to get the show started, man. We got so much to talk about. Y'all see the title, Are You Dedicated to God, right? Such a witty title, understanding that we coming into the Feast of Dedication. But we're going to get started, and, to start the show, I'm going to start the show with a song that's really dedicated to this particular topic, right?
This is the Born of Levi experience on G.O.C.C. Media.
Once again, hit that like button, family, on your way in. And the song that I'm about to play right now is actually titled Vessel of Honor, right? It's titled Vessel of Honor by Hebrew Fresh and Darya Allah. Let's go.
This is the Born of Levi experience on G.O.C.C. Media.
Are you not entertained?
Vessel of honor, vessel of honor. Keep vessels of honor, sanctification, keeping commandments, ain't no vacation, spiritual dollars, that's what we chasing, cracking crowners, that we facing. Vessel of honor, vessel of honor. Keep vessels of honor, sanctification, keeping commandments, ain't no vacation, spiritual dollars, that's what we chasing, cracking crowners, that we facing. Vessel of honor,
full of Messiah blood, royal flush, how they thought it bluff, bread of life, that eternal love, that in Christ they gon' send above. When you say touch down with them angels, make sure the Holy Spirit in your face, yo. Like a set of flowers, living water, make grow, tempers kept an honor, purge all the hate, soul, charity abounding, clarity and sounding, scripture on the mind, and plenty fruit of harvest, Shai gon' crown them. All that demon time me, Shai gon' pound them, pray that they repent, Allah high all divine, so just give them their respect. Through that bad record, last album, go and check, kick kingdom over everything, the sequel or the second, first album, hit the water, rebirthing like you said,
Vessel of honor,
I'm keeping it clean so the Lord come and bless it.
vessel of honor.
Keep striving for honor, you'll never regret.
Keep vessels of honor, sanctification, keep the commandments, ain't no vacation, spiritual dollars, that's what we chasing, cracking crowners, that we facing. Vessel of honor,
Vessels of
vessel of honor.
Vessels of
Keep vessels of of honor, sanctification, keeping commandments, ain't no vacation, spiritual dollars, that's what we chasing, cracking crowners, that we facing, vessel of
The sword
honor.
of the spirit sharper than katanas. I'm slicing up demons like it's Benihana. Hellfire, no joke, you don't want that drama. You think you want smoke, but this ain't marijuana. He sanctified me and purified me. I came out the rough, he made me a diamond. Demons gon' bluff, I'm really on time and I read through the scripts. He cut on that switch, I this little light of mine, can I stop shining? That little devil on your shoulders be lying. Lock out your ears, you gotta deny him. He's selling his lies, but no, I ain't buying. His laws in my heart, I cannot forget it. His life paid the price, he get all the credit. I don't follow him, cause I am Shemitic. My vessel is temple, I gotta respect
Vessel
it.
of honor,
I'm keeping it clean so they don't bless it.
vessel of honor.
Keep striving for honor, you'll never regret it.
Keep vessels of honor, sanctification, keeping commandments, ain't no vacation, spiritual dollars, that's what we chasing, cracking crowners, that we facing, vessel of honor,
Vessels of
vessel of honor,
Yes.
keep vessels of honor,
Yeah.
keep commandments,
I like that one.
spiritual dollars,
Vessels of Honor by Hebrew Fresh and Lawya, streaming on all major platforms on his latest album, right? Last Days Fortitude, right? So go check it out, man. I had to play that song for this particular broadcast where it's I'm actually asking, are you dedicated to God? That's the question. But nonetheless, we're going to get started, brothers and sisters. Welcome back to the Born to Levi experience on G.O.C.C. Media. I said that already, but I gotta say it again, right? I'm your host, Deacon Hazak, and please do me a favor, hit that like button on your way in. And if I'm coming in nice and clear, I need you guys to do me a favor. I don't ask you this all the time, but please put a qualm in the chat for me, please, brothers and sisters. Please drop a qualm for me in the chat. To see if I'm coming in nice and clear. My sound is coming in nice and clear. The QAM, which just means rise. Okay, all praises, all praises, all praises. That's what I like to see. Yeah, we here. Shalom, shalom. I see so much familiar not faces, but familiar names, right? Praise the Most High. We are back, and you guys are locked in with me right now. So happy to be here right now. Y'all already know the vibes for today, right? Today was what? What was today? Thanksgiving, right? I was at work all day. And you know what's so funny, man? It's so funny how when is these pagan holidays, the whole world goes into a trance. I'm talking about the world. Like for instance, Chinese people, they don't celebrate Thanksgiving. They got their own holidays that they deal with over there in China. But since they're over here, I had Chinese people all day coming up to me and telling me happy holidays and happy Thanksgiving. And I'm talking about the Chinese people that could barely even speak English. Like, you could barely speak English, but to tell me happy Thanksgiving. Like, this is why I said the world is in a trance. Like, it's crazy. But listen, man, they gonna have their day, and we gonna have ours, man. Right? We gonna have ours. Ours is actually coming up this Shabbat, actually. Right? We going into the Feast of Dedication, and we're gonna talk about that too, because it goes hand in hand with this conversation that we talking about for today. Right? Are we dedicated? Are we dedicated to the Most High? Right? And I definitely wanted to talk about this. Right? And oh yeah, and you guys already know tomorrow's what's tomorrow? Black Friday, right? Yeah. I hope I don't randomly see any of y'all on any videos trying to run up into a store trying to get a quick sell. Brothers and sisters, do yourself a favor. Shop online, right? It's safe, it's free, right? You don't gotta be in the mix of what's going on. But praise the Most High nonetheless. I'm so happy to be here. Oh, real quick shout outs as well too, man. Last weekend, it was such a bless. It is a spell. B. Jones says it's a spell. It's definitely a spell. right? And look, we didn't see the last of it because we about to go right into the December, and you already know once they start playing them Christmas carols, oh man, everybody is about to be in La La Land. But yeah, quick shout out, real quick. I want to shout out. I definitely want to shout out my brothers and sisters out there in Southern California, the G.O.C.C. out in Southern California, right under Deacon Taza Doc, man, powerful brother, man. I was there this past weekend, man. I just popped up, but it was such a blessing to be amongst the brethren and the sisters, right, and the love that we received being there. And I tell you, man, like when I say we're really one body, we're really one body. It's like, I've never been there in my life, but being there, I felt like I was home. So, and I praise the Most High that, throughout the four corners of the earth, the Most High is setting up, or he's gathering the elect to the elect, and I could leave here and go somewhere else and still be welcomed and still feel at home. So shout out to all of my brothers and sisters who's out there doing the work in your respective areas. But once again, shout out to the West Coast, man. I'm still gonna do some tours. I like my goal, or one of my dreams, is to visit all of the bodies if I could, if the Most High permits. But slowly but surely, I'm gonna try to chip away at each congregation if I can, man. If the Most High have mercy and He allows me to. But once again, shout out to Southern California, man. Y'all doing a great job out there, man. I love y'all energy, man. I wish I could be there again, but I'm back home, right? Praise the Most High. All right, so now we're gonna talk about this topic, man. Are you dedicated to God? And I chose this topic, like I said, because it would be too easy, since I'm streaming today on Thursday, to go into Thanksgiving. Majority of us already know that Thanksgiving is a pagan holiday. And matter of fact, yesterday, Elder did a great breakdown yesterday, speaking about Thanksgiving and the atrocities that happened to our brothers from the 10 tribes, our brothers and sisters from the 10 tribes, right? Over here in the Americas, and how, Christopher Columbus came over and, did what he did, but used our manuscripts or our scriptures, right, to find our brothers and sisters over here in this so-called new world. So yesterday's broadcast was amazing. If you didn't catch it, go to A Gathering 144 on YouTube and watch yesterday's stream, right? The title of it was The Jews' Forgotten History, something like that, I believe. Quote me if, don't quote me, but correct me if I'm wrong. I know y'all gonna do that. Y'all gonna put the title in there for me. But yeah, the Jews' Forgotten History, I believe. But it was a powerful broadcast. So I said to myself, you know what? Since Elder already tackled that, I'm gonna tackle what's before us. Right? We're going into the Feast of Dedications, right? And a lot of people don't even know about the Feast of Dedication. But we're gonna talk about it briefly, right? And how it connects to us today, right? How the rededicating of the temple, of the first temple, right, that Solomon built, and which was desecrated by the heathen, right? How does it correlates to us to today? What must we keep in mind as far as being dedicated to the Most High, right? So basically, years ago, and we're gonna read. I'm gonna read some of it, right? Antiochus Epiphanes, they call him the fourth, right? The son of Antiochus the third, right? And this was under the Greek Empire, brothers and sisters. And the Greek Empire was nothing like the Roman Empire. It was completely. They were brutal. Like if y'all thought the Roman Empire was brutal, think again, because the Greek Empire was something crazy, right? So under the Greek Empire, Antiochus Epiphanes had beef with us, right, with our forefathers and our foremothers. And he just hated our God, hated us, and wanted to assimilate the world into his own religion, right, or into his way of doing things. And then it came to pass that a man named Maccabees and his brothers sprung up and fought against the heathen and was able to put off Antiochus Epiphanes and his armies, and they were able to rededicate or to dedicate the temple that was desecrated by the heathen, right? And matter of fact, I'll do this. Let's just go right into it. Let's start, because I want all of my brothers and sisters to understand what it means to be dedicated. Matter of fact, before I do that, going into the spirit of being dedicated, this is what we're gonna do. And if y'all don't know me by now, y'all should already know that I love definitions. Definitions help you understand, what you're reading. It helps you, let me pull this up, sorry. It helps you to understand how to use words properly. And without the proper understanding of a word, you can use it out of context. So now I'm going to ask y'all real quick, and I'm going to have this a little bit interactive, right? What does the word dedicate even mean? What does it mean to be dedicated? Someone help me out. And I'll read some of them off as I find the definition. So I'm gonna read the definition for y'all. What's going on here? Someone help me out. I see Akyaramya means it said devotion, right? Caprice Anderson says committed. Okay, Shalom, I see you, sis. Okay, I see loyalty. Princess of Judah says to give yourself. I like that one. Committed, loyalty, committed. Consistent. I like that. Right? Denton Bowden says that. Shay Hudson says dependable. I like that one too. Learning and growing together says to honor. I like that. Right? Reese says focus on something while taking action. Okay, I like that. Consistent. All right. Oh, great. Oh, somebody said Princess Levi says pledge. I like that. Devotion. Okay, I like that. All right. Well, all those answers is great, right? But I'm going to put it on the screen so we could get a better understanding of what they understood the word to be, right? I'm going to pull it up so we all could read it together. What is this? Okay, right here. All right. Let me open it up. Let me share my screen. Where are you? Screen. All right. I know this looks a little small. Let me see if I could make it bigger for you guys. Oh, see? All right. Made it bigger. All right. So now let's look at the definition, the Webster's Dictionary, right? Dedicated. It says, y'all see this? It says devoted to a divine being. So the original understanding of what it means to be dedicated is to be devoted to a divine being, or to a sacred use, right? Meaning, I'm not. So if I have this pen right here, this pen is only going to be used for one thing and one thing only, and I can only use this pen for one thing, for one use. It says consecrated, set up. That also means set apart, right? Appropriated, right? Given wholly to, not partially, but given wholly to, right? So when we look at the word dedicated, right, it says to be devoted to a divine being. So now when I ask a question, are you dedicated to the Most High? Are you dedicated to God? Are you devoted to that being? Are you consecrated or given over wholly to that being, which is the most, we know him as the Most High, right? Have you given yourself wholly to the Most High, right? And living in this life, right, it's like everything around us is geared to pull us away from being devoted to our God. And it's like what I was saying earlier, even these pagan holidays, right? It's not just us, but the whole world has been assimilated into these pagan festivals. Like I said, the Chinese people all day, they can't speak a lick of English, but they could tell me Happy Thanksgiving. So the whole world has been assimilated into this big satanic army. And the sad part is, everybody on this planet just think that they're just living the lives that, they chose for themselves. Because the question is, who really gave you these holidays? Who gave you Thanksgiving? Who gave you Christmas? Who gave you Easter? And the thing is, our God didn't give us these days. Nowhere in the Holy Bible, if you read the KJV, nowhere in the Bible where you will find any of these holidays that has been given to us. So it's like the worship, and when you read, and I'm going to say this too, when you read Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, the Most High gave the children of Israel the holidays that is devoted strictly to him. So these holidays that's written of in Leviticus 23, we know them, right? We got Passover, Feast of First Fruits, we got dedications, we got Feast of Tabernacles, right? And all of the changing of seasons as feast days as well too. The Sabbath, which is the greatest feast day of all. We actually have a feast day every week. The Sabbath. The Sabbath was given to us by the Most High. So us dedicating that day to the Most High. So it's like what Satan and his army did, and his minions, what they've done was take everybody from being dedicated to the Most High to now being dedicated to who? To him. And we got to sit back and really think about this, brothers and sisters. These lives that we've been given, the things that we chase, the things that we're seeking for outside of the Most High's will, you're actually dedicating yourself to these things. And what the scripture calls becoming unfruitful. And I'm gonna read that too, how Christ actually paints it. Right? We're gonna read that. But I want everybody to understand, right? Or after this broadcast, really ask yourself, are you really dedicated to the Most High? And seeing the comparison from the first temple that was given to us, or that was built by Solomon, how the heathen came in and destroyed it. And they came and rededicated the temple back to the Most High. And a lot of us did that same thing too. When we went into that water, we went into and got baptized. That was you cleansing the temple to dedicate it back to the Most High. So now, if you've been baptized for the remission of your sins, and you've dedicated your temple or this body to the Most High, you can no longer use it for your own personal use. Because according to the definition, you've been devoted to a divine being or to a sacred use. So we're supposed to be for the Most High sacred use. We're consecrated, meaning we're supposed to be set apart. were given wholly to him. So that's the understanding of being devoted. And that's what the the Maccabees, that's what they did. They actually had to fight to get to regain power over the temple, to now dedicate it back to the Most High. Because what did the heathen do? What did they do to our temple? Matter of fact, we're gonna go there. Let's start reading. We're gonna start reading right now. Brothers and sisters, do me a favor, hit that like button on your way in. Make sure this one does have the Maccabees in it. Okay. So look, I want to show y'all this. So we're in the book of Maccabees, first Maccabees. Y'all can follow along with me. And I'm telling y'all, if y'all never heard about the Feast of Dedication, read about it. Read first, second, third Maccabees. Read the Maccabees and understand this feast, because it's evident that Christ knew about the Feast of Dedication. Matter of fact, let me pull that up first to show y'all that even Christ knew. I believe is in I gotta find it. Let's go to John 10, right? Look, real quick. Let me find this. Okay. So John chapter 10 and verse 22, right? Look, it reads this. I'm going to pull it up on the screen for you guys as well, too. So it says, and it was at Jerusalem, the Feast of Dedication, and it was winter. So apparently Christ knew about the Feast of Dedication. He kept it. Even though that, and that's another thing too, I'm going to put this out there too. The Feast of Dedication was not written of in the book of Leviticus chapter 23. This feast was actually instituted after, right, when the temple was destroyed, right? So Christ obviously knew about the Feast of Dedication. He obviously knew about the story of the Maccabees, and they kept the Feast of Dedication during the time period of winter, and we're actually going into a change of season. We're actually coming into winter, right? So now, what did the heathen do? I'm going to go back to the book of First Maccabees so we could understand why the temple had to get rededicated back to the Most High, because initially it was for the Most High. When the temple was built, when Solomon built the temple, it was dedicated to the Most High from the beginning. And King Solomon made a prayer in front of the temple, right? So the Most High could always watch it. But the Most High told him, like, yo, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm telling you right now, if you go against me, you do other things, and you start worshiping other gods and doing all strange stuff, this temple that you built for me, I'm gonna make it nothing, anyways. Right? And that actually did come to pass. Right? So now let me go back. Let me find the book of Maccabees, and I'm gonna do a little bit of reading, because I want you guys to understand the importance of why we're dedicating, why we need to be dedicated to the Most High, especially being young and full of energy. Right? Anything could come your way and take you off of the path. But this broadcast is to remind y'all, like, yo, you got to remember to stay dedicated to the Most High. You have to remember, because listen, that was your oath to the Most High, right? I'm going to start First Maccabees chapter 1. And I want to let's start. All right, I'm going to start at verse 10. So let me pull it up for you guys, so you guys could get some understanding of what this is, man. So it reads, it's kind of, you know what? I'm going to have to read it on my phone because I can't see it on the screen. I'm blind. So I'll read and I'll do it simultaneously because I can't read that. It's too small. So it says, First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 10, right? I'm going to try to breeze through this so that way I could get to where I want to get to. And it says, and there came out of them a wicked root. Who's that wicked root? Antiochus, surname Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage at Rome. And he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. And mind you, like I said, the Greek kingdom, crazy. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I don't know why this keeps happening. Right? And it says, verse 11, in those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen. So they wanted to make a covenant with the heathen because why? There was perks that came with following them. Right? And it says, let's go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So they didn't like being set apart. They didn't like being solely for the Most High's use. Right? The Gentiles had all the bells and whistles, or the Greek Empire, they had all the bells and whistles. And they wanted all of that. And you see, this is what snatches people, right, from remaining dedicated to the Most High. Chasing bells and whistles, right? Verse 12, it says, so this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen. So they went to go get permission to do what the heathen was doing. And if you know one thing about what the heathen are into, they into a whole bunch of madness. I mean, a whole bunch of madness. Eating abominations, sacrificing to strange gods. This is what they were doing. And this is what our people wanted to go into. Right? Where it says, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen. Right? Let me keep reading. It says, now, verse 16, now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have dominion over the two realms. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen and a great navy, and made war against Ptolemy, king of Egypt. But Ptolemy was afraid of him and fled, and many were wounded to death. Right? Let me get down. Let me read down. Let me go to verse 21. Look at this, y'all. So this is where it starts. Well, I'm starting at verse 20. It says, and after that, Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel, right? And Jerusalem with a great multitude. Verse 21, and he entered proudly. Listen to this. This is what I want you to hear. It says he entered proudly into the sanctuary and took away the golden altar and the candlesticks of light and all the vessels thereof, and the table of the showbread and the pouring vessels and the vials and the censers of gold and the veil and the crown and the golden ornaments that were before the temple, all which he pulled off. Right? And it says, verse 23, he took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found. And when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. Right? So he was boasting like, yeah, I took down the Most High's people. the so-called God of heaven and earth. Yeah, I destroyed his temple and I destroyed his people. Right? This is what they do. Look, verse 25. Therefore, there was a great mourning in Israel, in every place where they were, so that the princes and the elders mourned, the virgins and the young men were made feeble, and the beauty of the woman was changed. Every bridegroom took up lamentation, and she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collectors of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. Right? Oh man, this is how they do us, man. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon them, or upon the city, and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people in Israel. Right? And it says, and when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire, and pulled down the houses and the walls thereof, and every side. Right? But the women and the children took they captive and possessed the cattle. So of course you're going to take the women and children, because why? The women, you're going to take them for breeding, and the children, you're going to re-educate them. Right? So I'm going to jump down where it says, I want to show you exactly what he did. All right. I'm going to jump to verse 38. Right? Look at this. It says, insomuch that the inhabitants of Jerusalem fled because of them, whereupon the city was made an habitation of strangers, and became strange to those that were born in her, and her own children left her. Her sanctuary was laid waste like a wilderness. Her feasts were turned into mourning, her Sabbaths into reproach, her honor into contempt. Right? As had been her glory, so was her dishonor increased, and her excellency was turned into mourning. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people. See, this is what he wanted. He didn't want the children of Israel to worship their God, to even exist. He didn't want the thought of our worship to exist. He wanted everybody to be assimilated into the devotion of his God. Keep that in mind. Right? All should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Right? Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion. So there were some Israelites who said, you know what? I might as well just go with the flow. Why struggle? Sounds familiar to today, right? Yeah, I know. And it says, yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion, and sacrificed unto idols, and profaned the Sabbath. So now I'm going to go to verse 46. Look at verse 46 now. He says, and polluted the sanctuary. I'm going to go back to 45. I'm sorry. So I can read it in context. It says, get this for y'all. Right? Come on. It says, and forbade burnt offerings and sacrifice, right? And drink offerings in the temple, and that they should profane the Sabbaths and the festival days, right? Remember I was telling y'all about the days that the Most High gave us in Leviticus 23, and those days kept us devoted to our God. So now he comes in and says, you know what? Nah, you're not devoted to your God anymore. Stop doing what you're doing, and you're going to worship to my God now. And there was some of our brothers and sisters who said, you know what? I don't care about any of this. Let me just do what the heathen is doing, devoting themselves to another God, right? And listen, look at this. It says, and polluted the sanctuary and the holy people. Listen to this now. set up altars. This is what he did in the temple. They set up altars, of course, altars to their gods. One of them, one of their key figures or one of their key gods was Zeus, right? It tells us in in secular historical writings that he actually set up a couple of altars to Zeus in the temple of the Most High. And look what he was sacrificing there. He says he set up altars and groves and chapels of idols and sacrificed swine's flesh and unclean beasts. Y'all see what he did in the temple of the Most High? Hold on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep reading down. And it says that they should also leave their children uncircumcised and make their souls abominable. Keep that, because we're going to go into that word too. Abominable, right? With all manner of uncleanness and profanation. So, what was Antiochus Epiphanes' goal in the temple? He wanted to, of course, profane the temple, make it abominable, not just the temple, but also make the people abominable. So now, why is that so important? Why do you guys feel that he needed to make the not just the temple profane and abominable, but also the people? Okay, so one thing about this temple, right? Just a historical fact for you guys. Understanding what the purpose of that temple was. Because in the tabernacle, right, in the wilderness, so basically what Solomon did, he just built what the tabernacle was, right? He just built an actual house, and everything that was done in the tabernacle was done in this house for the Most High. So all the sacrifices, the priests, the holies of holies, right? So in the tabernacle, right, you'll have the inner courts, and then you will have the inside. Only the priests could go in there. But behind the veil, in the holies of holies, only the high priest was allowed to go in the holies of holies, right? And what was so special about the holies of holies? I like that. Miss Libra says, disconnect from the Most High. She's on point. She's on point. You're definitely on point. Let me clap that up for you. You're definitely on point. You know what you're talking about. So let me continue explaining it so we can get to the point, right? So in the holies of holies, only the high priest could go in there, right? And what the high priest would do, the high priest would sacrifice a clean animal, right, to the Most High, pour the blood on the altar, right, on the mercy seat, right, or on the altar, sorry. And the Ark of the Covenant was back there. And on the Ark of the Covenant, what was on the Ark of the Covenant, right? 2 cherubims covering the mercy seat. How the cherubims cover the Most High's throne in heaven, right? So when they would offer the sacrifice, what would happen? The glory of the Most High would descend on the tabernacle, onto the ark, onto the mercy seat, and communicate with the high priest as to what he would want for the children of Israel from year to year, right? Or as often they went in there. So that was a direct line of communication between the Most High and his people. So what they did was they went in there and they sacrificed unclean animals, abominable animals. And they strategically understood the clean from the unclean. I'm gonna tell you how we know they knew exactly what they were doing, because not only did they want to make the temple unclean, they also wanted to make the people unclean, or the word that they used was abominable, right? look, let me go here so I can show you guys this. Because now what's the reason, or what is it with the word abomination? What is it that the Most High was trying to keep the people from being, which is like we said, abominable. So look, I'm in the book of Leviticus, right? I'm gonna go to Leviticus. A lot of us know this chapter, Leviticus chapter 11, right? And this is the dietary law book, right? So I'm in Leviticus 11, and I just want to show you this. I'm just gonna read this one part right here, and then I'm gonna pull up the definition for y'all too. So, and like we read in Maccabees, it says that Antiochus went in there, and the main unclean animal that he sacrificed was swine, right? Swine's flesh, pork, pig, right? Bacon. Okay? Let me see. Give me 1 second. Okay. That's going into the files. I want to read this specific one for you guys. Okay. One second. So look. Let me go. Here it goes. I couldn't find it I don't know why I couldn't find it, but here it is. So now we in Leviticus 11 verse 7, right? And it says, and the swine, though he divide the hoof and be cloven-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud, he is unclean unto you, right? Of their flesh shall ye not eat, and their carcass shall ye not touch. So he said not only do I don't want you to eat it, but a dead pig's carcass, I don't even want you to touch it. That's how unclean a pig is, right? You can have them as farm animals to clean up your farm and all of that. But if it dies of itself, or if it dies somehow, don't even touch its carcass, right? They are unclean unto you. Look at this. I want to go to verse 10. It says, and all that have not fins. Okay, I read. I didn't go into. All right, so now this is verse 11. I'm sorry. So listen to this. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination. Right? So the Most High said these unclean animals are to be an abomination. So now, how bad do you guys think that word abomination really is, right? Let's go into it. I'm going to read it. Because you got to understand there's something about abomination, about the word abomination, that the Most High is serious about. Why is it not writing? Let me pull up the definition for y'all, and let's read it together. Okay, so look at this, y'all. Abomination. Let's look at the word. The Most High said, if you touch their dead carcass, or if you eat of it, this is what he'll view you as. So, abomination. The first definition says, extreme hatred. Extreme hatred, detestation. The object of detestation, a common signification in Scripture. Excuse me, right? Let me make it a little smaller. All right. So look at definition 3. Hence, defilement. So to be defiled means to be dirty, unclean. pollution in a physical sense, or evil doctrines and practices. Look at this, which are moral defilements. So you can become morally defiled. So keep that in mind as well too, right? You can also be morally defiled. Idols and idolatry. So if you worship idols, or if you're into idol worship, in the eyes of the Most High, you are an abomination. It is extreme hatred. Okay? People don't know how the Most High view these things, but we got to go into these words. And are called abominations. See, idols and idolatry are called abominations. So if you worship idols, or you're into pagan religions and you're dealing with idols, the Most High sees that as extreme hatred towards that particular thing. It says the Jews were an abomination to the Egyptians. Can you imagine that? Like, I thought it was the other way around, but they hated the children of Israel. Same thing like Antiochus Epiphanes, the Greeks. They hated us. But there's this particular reason why they hated us. Because of the connection that we have with our God, right? So let's keep it right here. Extreme hatred, right? Extreme hatred. Defiled, polluted. So now, when Antiochus Epiphanes went in there, he wanted the Most High to hate that temple, not just the temple, but to hate his people as well too. This temple that they're using to worship you, guess what I'm gonna do it? I'm gonna put up my God in this temple so you can hate it even more. And not just that, I'm gonna sacrifice what you hate to my God. Right? Swine's flesh. So they spilt pig's blood all over the temple. So can you imagine how the Most High was viewing this from the heavens? Right? So now he was polluting the temple and polluting God's people, right? Because he wanted the Most High to look at our people with extreme hatred. He wanted us to be polluted, because why? You pollute the temple, and not just that, you pollute the people of the temple. That line of communication is cut off between the Most High and man, because the Most High cannot dwell in any pollution. How do we know that? Look at this real quick. Look at this. We just got to put it together. We got to put all of the pieces to the puzzle together. Look, I'm in the book of Revelations now. Let me show y'all this. Book of Revelations. And I'm in chapter 21. There got to be a better way to find these chapters. All right. Revelations 21 and verse. I'm going to start at verse 24 so y'all could get the context of what I want to show here. So keep in mind with the word abomination, right? So Revelations 21 and 24, it says, and the nations of them which are saved shall walk in the light of it, and the kings of the earth do bring their glory and honor into it. What is that? What is the it? The kingdom of heaven, the kingdom that's New Jerusalem that will come from the heavens onto earth, and the Most High will now dwell with man. The reason why the Most High will be able to dwell with man, because it's a holy city that no man hands built. It couldn't be polluted, right? He created it, right? So he's bringing it down on earth, and we are going to live with him. And let me show y'all what he wants to live, or what he can't live with, right? It says, and the gates of it shall not be shut at all by day, for there shall be no night there, right? And they shall bring the glory and they shall bring the glory and honor of the nations into it. So they're going to be bringing their wealth into our kingdom to worship our God. But what are they bringing? They're definitely not bringing on anything unclean, because look at this. It says, and there shall in no wise enter into it anything that defileth. So in the presence of the Most High, nothing that's defiled or dirty can be in his presence. Neither whatsoever worketh what? Abomination. You see that? Neither whatsoever that worketh an abomination or maketh a lie. So people who lie, habitual liars, you in the same category as someone who's an abomination, who's defiled. But they which are written in the Lamb's book of life. So we see here that in the kingdom to come, the Most High is not going to allow anything that's abominable to enter in, anything that's defiled to enter in. So that's clearly showing us that they strategically did that to sever us from the Most High, making us unclean, polluting us, polluting the temple first and foremost with swine's blood and the meat, and making our people sacrifice unto their idols, devoting themselves to their idols, which idolatry is also an abomination and is extreme hatred to the Most High. So everything that they was trying to integrate the children of Israel into was going to make the Most High view us with extreme hatred, right? So it wasn't like it wasn't done just by accident. This was well thought out. They knew what they were doing. Antiochus Epiphanes knew what he was doing, and this is the reason why when he died a horrible death, right? You'll read some extra writings, or not, I wouldn't say some extra writings, but like secular history, they'll tell you that he died somewhere near Iran or Iraq. But they said that he died of an illness. Listen to this, y'all. They said he died of an illness because he offered a sacrifice to a different god. That's not even what happened. When you read 2 Maccabees, it tells you how he died. The Most High sent a horrible sickness on this man to the point where worms were coming out of his body and the flesh on his skin was rotting, and the smell of him, he couldn't even take the smell of his own stench. So the Most High jacked him up for what he did, because no ungood deed is not going to go unpunished. Okay, so what he thought he was doing, he thought that he was making us abominable to the Most High, but he was only doing that to himself. Because look at his end, the way he died, the way he went out, and what's so crazy about it, he tried to repent. Y'all got to go back and read 2 Maccabees, I believe it's chapter 7 or 8, 7, 8, and 9. That man tried to repent after what he's done, but it was too late. The damage was done. You reap what you sow, right? So now understanding. So after that happened, Maccabees and his brothers and the armies of Israel, they fought tirelessly against this tyrant, got him up out of there, and they rededicated the temple. That's why it's called the Feast of Dedication, or Hanukkah, right? Yes, it's also called Hanukkah for those of you guys who did not know. So we're entering into Hanukkah, our Hanukkah. I don't know about what the other people is doing. I can't speak for them. I can only speak about what we're doing, right? So Feast of Dedications, Hanukkah, right? They rededicated the temple. They tore down all Maccabees, Judas Maccabees and his brothers. They tore down all of the altars that was to Zeus and all the strange other gods. They destroyed and broke down the first altar, because what they did to that altar, they spilled pig's blood and had pig's meat on the altar where we sacrifice to our God to communicate to our God. So they had to dismantle that whole thing, and and it says in the scriptures that they built it like the first. Basically, when the Most High told Moses to build an altar, right? But he says what? Well, he said, a tool shall not go upon it lest thou pollute it. So the Most High didn't want us to carve it, and he wanted us to take whole stones and build the altar so that way we didn't pollute it. So they did it the same way until a prophet came to tell them how to do it more perfectly. So they took the time. I want y'all to understand this. They took the time to dedicate the temple, right? So you got to imagine the care and the diligence it took to dedicate that temple back to the Most High. They had to, you could imagine they had to be on their hands and knees, scrubbing, sweeping, right? Putting up the curtains back up, right? Removing all of the idols, mopping up all that abominable blood, right? Fixing everything to as best as they could, and making the house of the Most High a place presentable where he could feel comfortable to live in or to dwell in, right? But I want y'all to understand something. That care that they took and all that was being done, we got to look at the spiritual side of the physical dedicating of the temple. Because why? They washed up the temple, they cleaned it up, and they dedicated it back to the Most High. It's in the spirit. That's the same thing that we've done with these temples. Our bodies. Yes, our bodies are the temple of the Most High. Look, let me read this real quick. So I could show you guys, so I could show you guys the spiritual significance of really dedicating our temples to the Most High. When we devote it, that's what it means to devote it to the Most High. We devoted our bodies to the Most High. So I'm in the book of, let me read it. I'm going to go to 2 Corinthians first. Chapter 6, and I'm going to start at verse. Look at this. Let me show y'all this, y'all. So it reads in 2 Corinthians 6:16, it says, "And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols?" Right? So clearly we seen in the Maccabees, when Antiochus Epiphanes, he set up idols in the temple of the Most High. There was no agreement there. The Most High found that very hatred. Like he hated that act. It was an abomination that they did. So now this is what Paul is asking. And what agreement hath the temple of God with idols? For ye are the temple of the living God. So now he went above and beyond. He's like, yo, it's not a physical building. You are the temple. It says, for ye are the temple of the living God. As God hath said, I will dwell in them and walk in them, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. So if the Most High said that he said, I will dwell in them. He says he will dwell in us. Because why? He's at we the temple. The same way how he would come down and commune with the children of Israel in the holies of holies. The Most High is still doing that with man today. He's still talking to us. First and foremost, through the scriptures. That's how he talks to mankind. Right? And now we can understand how certain people can't really understand the scriptures because the Most High is not talking to them. They haven't given themselves wholly to the Most High. So of course you're not going to understand the words that's in the Bible because you haven't devoted yourself to this deity. You haven't devoted yourself to the Most High. You haven't given yourself to Christ. You haven't done that. This is the reason why a lot of people cannot understand the Bible. So when we speak to people, right, it sounds like another language. That's because they're defiled. Until they clean themselves up and the Most High could dwell in them. He says what? I will dwell in them and walk in them. And I will be what? Their God. And they shall be my people. So, now understanding this, entering into the Feast of Dedications, understanding that the Most High is supposed to dwell in us. He's supposed to make his home basically send the Holy Spirit and make her home in us. She's working with the Father, so that's him still dwelling with us. So now, if we are making our lives or we're applying abominable acts and we're doing abominable things, we're going into idolatry, we have idol worship, we're doing all of these things, how can we make the Most High feel comfortable to be in us, to dwell in us? Because he's looking at us like, yo, what you doing? I hate all these acts. Like, I can't dwell with that. I can't get down with that. And it tells us in the book of Revelations that anything that's defiled or everything that makes a defilement or is abominable can't enter into this kingdom. Excuse me. Right? So now we have to think about it like that. Are we doing things in our lives to make the Most High uncomfortable? Have we really dedicated ourselves to the Most High? And now the thing is, what are some of the things that could make the Most High not feel comfortable with us? Or let me frame it better. What are the things that we could do in this lifetime that would have us not really dedicate our temples to the Most High? And Christ laid it out clearly for us. A matter of fact, I'm gonna read another scripture to drive that point home. We have to understand, brothers and sisters, that this life, nothing about this life outside of the Most High, right, is gonna lead us closer to him. We gotta come directly to him. We cannot allow the things of this world to what? To distract us and take us away. But that's what the heathen did. Like using the example of Antiochus Epiphanes, being that we're in the season, we're understanding the Feast of Dedications, what he's done. First thing he did was told them, yo, y'all can't keep y'all customs. You understand? Yo, all y'all feast days, dead that. Y'all doing my feast days now. All your sacrifices, dead that. We sacrificing pigs now. Right? And matter of fact, don't even circumcise your children. What is that? We're not doing that. This is what Antiochus Epiphanes did. So everything that would connect us to our God, he removed. So now we got to look at it. We got to even look at it through the lens of this world. What is the world doing that's removing the Most High from us? One thing that I already stated already, these holidays. And it's not just us, it's the whole world. People that could barely speak English will tell you Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. Y'all never spoke an English word a day in your life, but you could tell me Happy Thanksgiving. You could tell me this. So the whole world has been assimilated into the removing of God from our presence. But is the holidays the only thing? I like that. Some Miss Libra says Sunday worship. Sunday worship, yes, is one of the many things that's being used. And I said one of many. Sunday worship is one of many things that has removed us and made us abominable, made us defiled. Right? So look, I said I'm going to read this scripture, right? Let's look at what our King says. Kayum says entertainers. Yes. They too have their hand in remove or in making us defiled. Certain entertainments, not everything is entertainment. Right? So that's even showing us that what? We gotta guard what we put into our minds, what we see, what we're watching, what we're listening to. That could also defile, because guess what? Right? Every year or once a year, the high priest would go into the holies of holies and communicate with the Most High. But the Most High is saying now that we are the temple, right? So let's think about it like this: if the original temple had a holies of holies where they communicated with the Most High, now he's saying that we are the temple of the Most High. So now, what is being used to communicate with the Most High? Where's our holies of holies? You got it. It's in your mind, your brain, your thoughts, right? Your heart is synonymous with your mind. When you pray, that's how we communicate to the Father. And what he does, he comes to us and communicates to us, either it be through, through word of scripture or confirmations, but predominantly scriptures. That's how he communicates with us, right? So now, if we're not guarding our minds, right? If we're not guarding our minds, how are we really dedicating or staying consecrated to the Most High? Matter of fact, before I go into what Christ said, let me read this first. I'm in the book of Romans. So much precepts could just come to my mind talking about this topic. And peace and blessings, shalom, brothers and sisters. If you coming in, please hit that like button on your way in. Right, drive the traffic. I really appreciate it. So I'm in the book of Romans. Romans 12:1. Look at this. Romans 12:1. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me do this. Let me know if you guys hear some static. I do apologize for the static. All right. I do apologize for the static. But listen, y'all. We got to get this together. I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies as a what? Living sacrifice. Holy, right? Acceptable unto who? The Most High, which is your reasonable service. Because this is the temple. In the temple, sacrifices were made in the temple. So as a service to the Most High, we must sacrifice a lot to the Most High using our temple. Right? Look at this. And be not conformed to this world. So now it's telling you what can make you abominable, what can make you defiled, what can take you from the devotion from the Most High. The scriptures is going to tell you. It says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. You see that? It says by the renewing of your what? Your mind. This is how we keep our temple clean for the Most High. This is how we continue to dedicate it to the Most High. All right? So now let's go to what Christ was showing us. So it says, be not conformed to this world. So there's this world that'll have you going crazy. And, being young, you know what I'm saying? We could get caught up in the flashing lights. I mean, it happens, right? We see something that glitters, we think is gold. We finally obtain it. We find out it wasn't gold, it was copper. So we got to be very careful with how we entertain things in this world, man. And like I said, being young, full of energy, you can get sidetracked. You chasing the bag, you chasing women, you chase whatever it is. You got to understand, if you chasing these things, you're not really devoted to the Most High. You haven't given yourself solely to the Most High. And you got to come to terms with yourself. Some of us may feel like, yeah, I'm young, I got time. You know what I'm saying? I just want to live, I got time. But tomorrow's not promised. You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring for you. You don't know. Christ told us, man, he said, what profit is it for a man to gain the whole world, but at the end to lose his what? His own soul. So was it worth it at the end of the day? So I'm in Matthew, 13. And where I want to start. I want y'all to see this parable. We all heard about the parable of the sower, right? And if you haven't, you're going to learn about it today, right? It says, "Hear ye therefore the parable of the sower." It says, "When any heareth the word of the kingdom and understandeth it not," someone who doesn't understand it, "then cometh the wicked one and catcheth away that which was sown in his heart. This is he which receives seed by the wayside," right? We know people like that. You try to tell them something, y'all go into the scripture, then out of nowhere a distraction comes and it changes the whole topic of what y'all was talking about. We all have been through that, right? "But he that received the seed into stony places, the same is he that heareth the word and anon with joy receive it, yet hath he not root in himself, but dureth for a while. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, by and by he is offended." Right? Look at this. This is the one I really want to get. Pay attention to this one. "He also that receives seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word," right? We know these kind of people. They hear the word, "and the care of this world." See that? The care of this world. So they receive the word, right? They hear the word. He also that received the seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word. So you hear it, "and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he become unfruitful." Right? So we got to be careful, right? Chasing the world, chasing riches, it could make us become unfruitful. And then you actually lose, right, what you actually wanted to dedicate to the Most High. Because why? You went to reading scriptures every day to like reading it once in a while, reading it when you can, watching lessons every day to, I'll get to it. I heard that before, right? You're losing that joy. You're losing that passion, right? So we gotta be very careful. And that's why I asked that question. Are you dedicated to the Most High? After understanding think about like this, brothers and sisters. Think about how difficult and challenging it was for the Maccabee brothers, right, to fight against the Greeks, overtake the Greeks, and to rededicate the temple back to the Most High. Think about everything that they had to do. It's a lot, right? Some of us might feel like, dang, it's kind of too much. It's impossible, right? But think about it like this. They got it done. And look at the extreme lengths that they went just to purify the temple. They went to war. They fought, right? So now, what is this showing us in the spirit? This is showing me now, or showing us, that to keep our temple clean, which is our bodies, we got to be like the Maccabees. We got to be willing to fight spiritually. I ain't telling y'all to go out there and fist fight somebody, but spiritually fight against the flesh daily. Spiritually fight every day with the thoughts that are warring against our minds, and subduing that, putting it to rest, not letting it overtake you, not letting those thoughts, wicked thoughts, overtake you. So like I said, we moving in the same spirit as the Maccabees. They fought to the death to reclaim power over their land and over the temple. So now, what is this showing us? What is this showing us during this time of the Feast of Dedication? And not just only for the Feast of Dedication. The Feast of Dedication is just to remind us, right, of the struggle or the battle that took place for our forefathers to be able to reclaim the temple. But spiritually, for us to remember what it took for us to reclaim back dominion, or how we're going to continue to reclaim the dominion over our physical temples where the Most High dwells. Because we want to make this place inviting. We want to make it inviting for the Most High. Right? We want to make sure that he can, like he said, dwell in us and walk up and down in us. And he could be our God and we could be his people. What are we doing to make sure that that's intact? Right? It starts by renewing your mind daily, right? Anything that you would see that you believe that the Most High would feel is abominable, refrain from it. Because if he views you as abominable, how can he dwell in you? That's showing him you're not really dedicated to me. You're more dedicated to this world than really dedicated to me. Right? And sometimes we don't even look at it like that. Like I said, being young, right? You hanging out with your friends, or you just out there doing what you want to do. You don't think that what you probably could be engaging in could be making the Most High look at you defiled, detestable. Right? So we have to actually analyze that. Sometimes you got to take a step back. And if you feel it in your conscience, like, all right, something is off here. I don't think I should be doing that. Listen to it. You shouldn't be doing it. If you hear that voice saying, I don't think we should be doing that right now, and you still go ahead and do it, that's actually a sin. The scripture tells us, he that knoweth to do well and does it not, to him it is sin. So if you know to do good, or if you know something is wrong and you go ahead and do it, but it's not, there's no physical law attached to it, but you go ahead and still do that thing that your conscience told you was wrong, that is sin. And you're defiling your temple, right? And now you're not really being dedicated or devoted to the God that you claim you serve. Right? So we got to understand what it is to be dedicated, brothers and sisters. And going into this feast, I want all of us to sit back and take a self-inventory of this past year. And ask yourself, what could you have done better, or what could you continue be doing? What could you be continuing to do to continue to dedicate yourself to the Most High? And be honest with yourself too. All right, this is what you did. Write it down. Make an assessment of your of your own self, your temple. And see the areas where you could make it better, or where you actually were struggling in certain areas. Now, as the Most High allowed you to see another feast of dedications, now you could use this coming year and on every day moving forward on how can I make this better? How can I refrain from doing this? And the thing is, you have the power to do it, but you just got to guard your mind. It's what you're putting in your mind. It's what you know what I'm saying? Is what you're doing that's causing you to be defiled or abominable. And like I said, brother, says we have the power. We definitely have the power. And what I'm gonna do is praise the Most High. Thank you guys for hitting that like button. Thank you guys for sharing the content. Thank you for all of these things, man. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up the Zoom, and I want to hear from you guys. Like, I want to hear what are some things that you can do to dedicate yourself to the Most High. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that. And there was a video that I wanted to play. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe if I saved it. I hope I did save it. Oh, matter of fact, before I play that, I'm going to play this. I want you guys to see this. Because these Satanists, when I say they fully dedicated to their God, right? We gotta surpass them, right? Let me play it from the beginning. Let me give y'all some volume. I want y'all to see this. Look at this, brothers and sisters. Fair use, using this for educational purposes only. Take a look at this.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, a long time ago. And
I made a bargain with it. A destiny thing. I made a bargain with it. What did he make a bargain with? He made a bargain with the God of this world. And let me play it back to him. Listen to this. This guy. Look how dedicated and devoted he is to his God.
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I mean, I made a bargain with it, a long time ago. And
I made a bargain with it. Or you mean with him? Just be straight up. Come on and say it. Yeah, I made a bargain with the devil. Don't sugarcoat it. You know what you did.
I'm holding up my hand.
You see that now? That's dedication. He said, "I'm holding up my end," and we gotta be like that. Not like that towards evil, but towards the Most High. The Most High. You made it. We made a covenant with the Most High. So that means we have the obligation to uphold our side of the covenant because he's upholding his side.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
Are you about to say Ahaya? Because I know that's not who you're talking about. He asked him, who did you make the bargain with? He said, the chief commander. Who's that?
With the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
In this earth and in the world we can't see. Play it back for y'all one more again.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
What?
You ever look at music that you've written and look back at it and say, whoa, that surprised me?
I used to. I don't do that anymore. I don't know how I got to write those songs.
He just looks possessed, bro. Like, look at his eyes. Look at the way he's This is weird. But this is what they do.
What do you mean you don't know how?
Well, those early songs were like almost magically written.
Almost magically written? I don't know why these so-called entertainers won't just come out and just say what they're doing. Like, who cares? Just say what you're doing. Yeah, I worship Satan, and this is what I do, and you know, this is me. Just come out and say it. Why hide? It doesn't make any sense.
Darkness at the break of noon, shadows even the silver spoon, a handmade blade, a child's balloon.
Eclipses both the sun and moon. To understand you knew too soon. There is no sense in trying.
This Dylan classic, it's all
right, that's it about it. I don't really gotta hear his lyrics. I could care less about his lyrics. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, these guys on the left-hand side, they're completely committed in worshiping and following their God. So we have to actually outdo them, brothers and sisters. I'm trying to tell y'all, we got to outdo them. Now, let me see if I can find this video for you guys so that way. Is this it? No, that's not it. Because I want to set up the Zoom for you guys real quick. And once I set up the Zoom, we'll be able to get things locked and loaded. Matter of fact, I'll play 2 videos real quick. I'll play this one first. While I set up this Zoom.
Ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him that called you out of darkness until his marvelous light.
Hit that like button, brothers and sisters.
We the Israelites, they're just some wannabes. We in the front keeping the laws, that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gotta be. Are we that chosen seed? A highest royalty. Fake Jews in the world sad, and they mad cause their promise wasn't theirs to have. Stuff we had that they'll never have, and they mad cause their promise wasn't theirs to have. Means that they can talk it but they can't get it, and they can walk it but they can't live it. Up higher, it's so exquisite. He's on top of the world now, don't forget it. Is there something sorta like a diamond? We've been around forever, oh, we're still shining. We're still rising, so know that you can't knock us. They know we're around us. Why these nations look, stop to watch us. No deposits, now tell me, can you blame? You chose the Father, now your life won't be the same. We maintain to keep his law statutes, now we got them looking. They backseat driving, a higher front pushing, making his presence known for those who don't believe in him. It's time to see no one out better than he. And naturally, when he speaks, it goes without saying that when he steps on the scene, you know he's not playing. Are we the Israelites? They're just some wannabes. We in the front keeping the laws, that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gotta be. Are we that chosen seed? A highest royalty. Fake Jews in the world sad, and they mad cause their promise wasn't theirs to have. Stuff we had that they'll never have, and they mad cause their promise wasn't theirs to have. Means that they can talk it but they can't get it, and they can walk it but they can't live it. Up higher, it's so exquisite. He's on top of the world now, don't forget it. Now that it's all good, we gon' take charge. We more prices than a Michael Jordan rookie card. And when he calls, time calls for so much action. Our bags are packed and we gone, and they don't know what happened. I guess it's how these cats get off. Trying to amount to a higher, and they know they just a spin off. Now back to the fact we adore him. He's the truth, we singing all praises to his glory. Trust me, a higher won't fail. The creator, and you only in yellow to tell you. Now that we here, your career's done. Your nation mad, cause they can't get a refund. Are we the Israelites? They're just some wannabes. We in the front keeping the laws, that's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gotta be. Are we that chosen seed? A highest royalty. Fake Jews in the world sad, and they mad cause their promise wasn't theirs to have. Stuff we had that they'll never have, and they mad cause their promise wasn't theirs to have. Means that they can talk it but they can't get it, and they can walk it but they can't live it. Up higher, it's so exquisite. He's on top of the world now, don't forget it.
Yeah, that was Yo, shout out to my sister. What was it, sister Lisa from Southern California. That's her sister who made that song. And praise the Most High. Beautiful song, beautiful visuals, man. We bringing back righteousness, man. We bringing back royalty, man. Even in the music, man. We gotta come out of listening to the stuff that's tainting our brains and listen to this righteousness, man. But praise the Most High for that. And the Zoom link is up, right? Let me do this real quick. The Zoom link is up, brothers and sisters. So if you would like to chime in, right, you can hit the Zoom link. I pinned it to the chat, right? And let's talk, man. Talk to me. Let me know how you guys, are dedicating or trying to dedicate your temples or dedicate yourself to the Most High. How you keeping that? How are you keeping yourself dedicated, man? Let's talk about it. Like I said, the Zoom link is in the chat. Right? So hit that link. And there was another video that I wanted to play as well too, just to show some love, but I actually can't find it. But I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it. But yeah, brothers and sisters. Yeah, so are you dedicated to the Most High? Did you, all right, be honest with yourself as well too. Did you fall back from the Most High? Did you backslide? Did you allow the heathen to desecrate your temple? Just using that as a play of words, right? Think about it. It's not too late. As long as you're still alive and breathing, the Most High is still allowing you for another chance to make it right with him. Because that's all he wants. All he wants is to commune with us. And we allow this world, we allow this temporal existence to get in the way of connecting with the Father. Man, but once again, shalom, peace and blessings to all my brothers and sisters who's in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all for coming in on this Thursday. Like I said, the Zoom link is here. I got somebody coming in right now. I'll take that real quick. Right? Let me see what's going on over here. All right, so I got Chris Riggs. Shalom, what's going on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You gotta unmute yourself. Wait. Try now. You gotta unmute yourself. Chris?
Deacon, you hear me?
I hear you now, loud and clear.
Because I couldn't see. It's me. Is that Chris or Diggs?
No, sorry, Chris Orr.
Oh, okay.
I see, because I'm looking at another person's name too, so I'm sorry.
So
what's going on? Shalom, Chris. What's going on? Talk to me. What's going on? So where you calling from first and foremost?
North Carolina.
Okay. All right, we got NC in the house. Let me clap that up for NC. Yeah. NC is in the house. Right. So now, what are you doing to rededicate your temple?
And that's a great question too, because I really realized that my reaction was bad. So what I'm gonna end up doing, what I'm working on completely is being slow to anger.
Oh, you said okay. You said your reactions. So your reactions to people are bad.
Yeah. Like I be playing spades game, and people get real disrespectful, and I gotta keeping in mind that it's just words and it's over the internet, and And even when I'm driving, Dick, a lot of people, drive crazy. So it kind of get me, thrown off to the point where, I get frustrated. I've gotten a lot better, but, people will cut you off and get in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to get like mad and complain all the time. Now I just listen to either a lesson or listen to some music because, but the body has so many great artists. I just listen to music while I'm driving and I keep my wristband on at all times too.
Okay.
So
praise the Most High.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
I think that's what I got to do. Yes, sir.
No, that's exactly what you have to do. Because I was gonna ask you, what are you doing to offset the anger, right? But what you're doing is right on. You want to continue to stay in the spirit, man. Don't it tells you in the scriptures to be angry but sin not. You know what I mean? So I'm happy that you're able to assess that within yourself, because the scripture tells us, man, judge yourself lest ye be judged. So how beautiful that is. The Most High is allowing us to judge ourselves before he comes and do it. So I'm happy that you was able to assess that, my brother. I'm going to clap that up for you, man. Praise the Most High for that you're able to correct yourself. And listen, don't beat yourself up. It's a work in progress. It's every day. You know what I mean? You're not going to get it overnight, but it's as an everyday process, and that's what counts, bro.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Because I know spades, man. Spades will get you heated. I've went there I've went there with especially if my partner is supposed to play a certain card and you didn't play it. Come on, man. You gotta know better than that. But praise the most praise the Most High that we got the spirit of discernment and we could filter these things out, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Sir. Thank you, D.
No problem, man. Thank you. Appreciate you for calling in.
Yes, sir.
I'll put you back in the queue. Praise the Most High. All right, so this is good. And this is what it is. Each one teach one, right? So now I got coming in Odyssey Riggs. Let me bring you on. Oh, this person came off. What happened? Once again, brothers and sisters, if you're looking for the link is pinned to the chat. If you look at the chat on the YouTube, the link to the Zoom chat is in the YouTube chat, right? So hit that and come chime in with me, and we'll definitely get it started, man. We definitely gonna get to this. Let me do this one more again. Cause listen, man. What is this? No. Where's the video I just played? I gotta find that video I just played. 1 second. I gotta play that creepy video again. With Bob Dylan. Play that creepy villain video again. Show y'all how dedicated these people are on the left-hand side, man. This is insane.
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm holding up my end.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
And you see, brothers and sisters, they don't tell y'all this, man. They don't tell y'all this. In order to get to a certain status or a certain level in their world, man, you have to make a bargain with these beings, these entities. Of course, the chief one, Lucifer himself, Satan, the deceiver. And they don't even understand that they just writing themselves out of the book of life.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with? Should I ask who you made the bargain with? Should I ask who you made the bargain with? Bargain with?
with the chief commander.
With the chief commander on this earth?
And on this earth, and then in the world we can't see.
And the interviewer, he acting like he don't know. Cause like why would he ask? Cause he said I made a bargain with the chief commander, but why would he ask on this earth? How would you know to ask that question? He said on this earth. Oh man. All right, so you gotta unmute yourself. I hope I'm not gonna say your name wrong. It's actually I see Majana Wilder or Miana. Maybe the J is silent. But correct me if I'm wrong. Hello?
Hello?
How do you pronounce your first name?
It's Miana. You got it right the second time.
Oh, Miana. See, I knew. Yo, let me clap it up for myself.
Yep.
I knew the J was silent.
See, most people don't know that.
Let me guess. You Northern Kingdom?
No.
Okay. I got it too ahead of myself. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so what's going on? Where you calling from?
I'm calling from Pittsburgh.
Oh, Pittsburgh. Okay. Pittsburgh's in the house. All right. So
Pittsburgh.
All right. So talk to me. So, Miana, what are you doing to dedicate yourself to the Most High?
So I'm sorry about my background. Let me check my door.
It's okay.
So, I've always, stayed praying and all that, but I'm definitely trying to get deeper into it, try to be patient with my prayers, and to wait till I feel his presence, because what's been going on was basically my overthinking.
Mm-hmm.
And I've struggled with that growing up, so it's definitely a habit I got to break. And just evil thoughts, pretty much, not like me killing someone or anything,
mm-hmm.
but just thoughts that would push me away from God,
Yeah, I understand. But understand that not all thoughts is your thoughts. Understand that, and this is why you gotta guard your mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta renew your thinking, and one way you could do that is just by changing your outlook on things, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe if you always looked at the negative first, try to look at try to find a positive in every situation, even if it's a situation where it's going bad for you. Try to see the positive in that bad situation. You understand what I'm saying? Like sometimes we get down on ourselves because things aren't going our way. But look at it,
Mm-hmm.
look at everything else that's happening around you. Right? You still alive, you know what I'm saying? The Most High still got you
Mm-hmm.
healthy, and change your perspective. Because if you that experiment that they always do when they show you a glass and it's like halfway of water, and they ask people, what do you see? Do you see the glass half empty or half full? Right? The people who say half empty, these are the people who usually look at the negative first. But somebody who will say, it's half full. It got more room. These are the people who's usually got the positive outlook. They're looking for better to come. So I think a lot of the stuff we need to just start looking at, just start being more positive in how we interact.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're always negative, spirits or and demons and all of that stuff, wicked demons,
Mm-hmm.
they'll implant more wicked thoughts to feed that negative energy that you have.
You
understand what I'm saying? So if you surround yourself around positivity, you're not gonna see the negative in situations. You understand what I'm saying? So try that. You know what I'm saying? Of course, stay prayed up and ask the Most. And you got the power to ask the Most High to help you fight these thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because the Most High, He reigns in our members, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what? Yeah, go ahead.
I definitely because I had contacted Sister Desiree. Um, she helped me. She told me, fasting would be good. So I've been fasting, and I've actually earlier I've been, I was feeling better and all that. I was, listening to praising songs because I always listen to praising music, and I I read because I wrote down this dream that I had yesterday because I had before I went to sleep, I prayed to God and I asked him to give me a dream, whether it's like, whether it'll scare me or something, just like a dream to keep me going. And he gave me a dream. He gave me a dream, and it basically identified what I was going through and what I was allowing and how to stop that. And I've definitely been practicing it with, praying.
Right.
So I think what I have to do is, as I pray, appreciate it, feel that, like be more patient with it. Don't try to rush into it and get nervous when, something don't happen right then and there.
Right.
Just be patient and meditate through his words and actually learn how to clear my mind because, I still have to work on that. So
Yeah, I mean, I guess like I told the brother before you, Chris, I told him like, it's a everyday thing. It's not gonna happen overnight. So every day, it's practice. You probably failed at it yesterday, but today's a new day, so you can work at it again today, right? Until you master. Because that's what this whole existence is about, is mastering the flesh, right? Operating more in the spirit than in the flesh. So you got this, man. Just and I always tell people this, like, we have the power to tell our minds, yo, I'm not doing this. I don't want to do this anymore. And you could kick certain habits just by speaking it into existence, just by speaking it. And the Most High is going to help you fight. Once you release that, once you confess it, right?
Con.
Yeah. So
okay.
Yeah, praise the Most High. So what exactly are you doing to help you devote yourself more, or like to help you not have those negative thoughts? I know you said praying more.
Yes. So I'm not really too much of a writer, but I tried that, because we never know, what we might be good at or what could help and all that. Only through, the Most High could tell us. And I tried writing writing the negative thoughts that I have, and then writing the positive thoughts that I can like use to remove it.
I like that.
Yeah, it was pretty hard at first because it was like I was actually, dealing with it and writing it down, like, okay. And then the whole, I'm trying to like make it like, okay, I'm having this thought, make it more like less beating myself up and more like, okay, I'm having this thought. Let me renew this thought with this one. Right? Let me think of this thought instead when it pops up.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, praise the Most High.
I always remember that, I'm a human and, it happens, but I gotta keep going for it to stop. I can't just let it be.
Well, praise the Most High. Yeah, definitely. Listen, every day is a battle. And another thing too is, try to surround yourself also with people with like minds. Just that's gonna also help. Even if you feel like while you're having one of those episodes, if you feel like you gotta call a sister to just have a conversation just to get your mind off that thing, do it. You understand what I'm saying? Try to we gotta utilize each other. We gotta utilize the body. So
Yes.
All right, sister. So thank you for calling in. Now you had something else you want to say?
Yeah. Yes, I have a question. So I know this is like off topic, but about like Thanksgiving and all that. I don't celebrate it, of course, but my parents do, and the rest of my family, they celebrate it. And my mom, she had cooked, and I'm glad that I didn't eat it because I don't want to partake in it at all. So when it comes to like holidays being celebrated in the same household that you're living in, what should I do?
All right.
Because I know like not to be around them, but should I be like
who told you not to? Who told you not to be around them?
Well, I had thought of that because I understand that in some holidays, or in all holidays actually, it's dealing with, demons, or it's like has something to do with like a bad background with that is attached to demons.
Mm-hmm.
So
But
I
here's the
don't
thing.
want it.
We know that, but
Uh-huh.
our family members don't know that. And look,
Yeah.
let me show you what Paul actually was saying when it comes to dealing with idols, because we understand that an idol is nothing. Like the gods over these holidays, they're all idols. We know the God that we worship. We serve the Most High, Ahaya, the living power, right? The great I am that I am. That's the God we serve. All of the other gods are lesser gods. They have no power over our God, right? So now, matter of fact, let me read it to you. Let me read what Paul was saying.
Okay.
Because you got to understand, and you said you didn't partake in the meal. You wasn't hungry?
Yeah. No, I'm still, in the middle of fasting, but even if
Okay.
even if I wasn't, I still would have never ate it.
Okay. All right,
I still would have never ate it. Even if I was hungry, I still wouldn't eat that food. I'll probably just eat something else normally. That's definitely what I've been doing, through all the holidays that was already celebrated still, as soon as I, came into the truth and all that. So
all right, so let me paint the picture like this, because before you came in the truth, you used to celebrate Thanksgiving. You used to sit down with them and eat, and now it's like a drastic change to your family. They probably looking at you like with a side eye, right?
Yes.
And you see, and that's what usually happens when we first come into truth, and we kind of turn our family members off to receiving the truth because we just make a 360. Not understanding that they don't understand what we understand. We got to know that when it comes to these holidays, right, our family members, they just want to be around us. Like, majority of our family members, they're not celebrating these holidays for its real meaning. They just see it as an opportunity for us to come together and break bread and just have a good time, right? So look, I'm in the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 8, verse 1. I want you to keep this in mind, right?
Okay.
Paul says, now as touching things offered unto idols, because we understand that, yes, that feast was offered to an idol, right? It says, we know that we all have knowledge, and knowledge puffeth up. But what? But charity edifieth. So the knowledge that we have acquired to this truth, it has puffed us up to make us look down at our family members for not knowing what we know. But the best thing to use during these type of pagan holidays is what? Charity. Another word for charity is actually love. So showing them love in return, instead of being all high and mighty and knowledgeable, is a better way to introduce them into the truth. Because think about it like this. They know you as always partaking. Now you're looking at them and saying, I'm not saying you're actually saying this, but you could be looking at them and be like, you're going to hell. That's the devil. You can't be doing this. I'm not eating none of this. All you guys is pagan. Now that's your knowledge actually puffing you up when you should be operating in a spirit of love and just being around them for that day, because that's all they know, right? Look, let me continue reading. It says, and if any man think that he knoweth anything, he knoweth nothing yet as he ought to know, right? But if any man love the Most High, the same is known of him. So he says, as concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered in the sacrifice unto idols, because the day of Thanksgiving, your family made all this food, but it's to an idol. We know that. So Paul is addressing that. Paul said, as concerning therefore the eating of those things that are offered in sacrifice unto idols, we know that an idol is nothing in the world, and that there is none other God but one, right? For though there be that are called gods, whether in heaven or in earth, as there be gods many, right? But to us there is but one God, the Father, of whom of whom are all things, and we in him, and one Lord Yeshua Mashiach, by whom are all things, and we by him, right? It says, howbeit there is not in every man that knowledge. So not everybody has this knowledge. Not everybody knows that there's only one God, our true God, right? And his son Christ, right? For some with conscience of the idol unto this hour eat as a thing offered unto an idol, and their conscience being weak is defiled. So there are some people who would eat to an idol. Your family members, they didn't sacrifice that meal in the name of Pan or in the name of Zeus. They didn't sacrifice that Thanksgiving dinner that they cooked to a god. They just cooked it. Right? You agree with that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So now it says, look, it says, but meat commendeth us not to the Most High, for neither if we eat are we the better, neither if we eat not are we the worse. So Paul is saying, if you choose to partake in a feast, someone who cooks something on a pagan day, he said, if you eat it, you're not the better, and if you don't eat it, you're not worse. So it's your choice at the end of the day, because we know the God that we serve, right? It says, but he says, but take heed lest by any means this liberty of yours become a stumbling block to them that are weak. So now you have to also, in the same token, be mindful that if your family member now see you start to turn around and eat the Thanksgiving dinner, now they're like, yo, I thought you said we pagans. I thought we're not supposed to eat this. Now, because of your intemperate zeal, now it's going to make them look at you sideways. But you have to use charity and edify them. Be like, well, I'm eating this because I know you worked hard to cook this meal. I'm just going to eat, you just look at the meal, pick out whatever is clean and eat that. You understand?
Okay.
And because at the end of the day, that's the only way our family members know how to show love. They're not cooking the Thanksgiving dinner in honor of Satan. They don't know that they're worshiping Satan. Like Paul said, there's some people who eat knowing that there's that they're eating towards an idol, and there's some that they don't know that they're eating to an idol. Like Bob Dylan that we just showed, he know that he's sacrificing to Satan. He made a deal with him, so he knows. There's some people who do things unbeknownst to them, and it's not considered a sin. So I just want to drop that on you, because I don't want you to make the same mistakes that I've made. And some of my family members think I'm crazy. I'm crazy to this day. It's because I didn't apply what's called charity. I didn't use love to bring the truth. I used the sword. I used the hammer. Y'all all going to hell. Yeah. Well, what the heck is this? Y'all pagans. That's what I did. And we can't walk like that, because our family members they're not out here really worshiping Satan. We know they not, because if it was, we would have been worshiping Satan with them if that was the case. But a lot of the things that our family members, they don't know, because we didn't know either. It's not until the Most High opened up our eyes, now we can see, now we know this is pagan. But now we gotta use charity to edify them, to let them know, like, all right, this is pagan, but I'm only eating because I love y'all. And if the conversation comes around, so what are you thankful for? You could just say, well, I'm always thankful. I praise the Most High for everything, and for giving me what X, Y, Z, whatever. Then you could break it down to them even further. They'll see your lifestyle and ask you questions there. But trying to condemn them for things that y'all have all been doing since you were born, that's error on our part.
Yes. I definitely understand that. Okay, that was helpful.
All right, praise the Most High.
That was very helpful.
All praises.
All right, I'll praise it.
All right, so I'm going to put you back in the queue, my sister. Thank you for calling in. All right.
Thank you.
Shalom. All right, that was a great call. Yeah, brothers and sisters, we gotta be very mindful on how we interact with our family members when it comes to these pagan days. Like Paul was saying, some people they're celebrating these pagan days to a god. They know the God that they're serving. But a lot of our family members, just regular hardworking people, just trying to do a good deed. I doubt anybody's family member is in the kitchen saying, "Yo, Satan is gonna love this turkey tonight." I doubt our family is doing that. So it's like Paul was saying it. Paul said, "Yo, we know that a idol is nothing, and they're not eating it with the conscience of an idol. But it's best that we use charity, because charity edifies it. But if we go in there using the knowledge that we've acquired by joining 2 or 3 academies, and you trying to use your knowledge to try to condemn them, you ain't bringing nobody into the truth. So save yourself, save your family, and just use love. Operate in love. Go in there, look to see what's clean. You know what I mean? Eat the clean food. You know what I mean? If they going into prayer, you don't gotta pray with them. Step out the room, go in the bathroom, whatever case in it. But just spend time with your family, and just show them love, right? And if they say Happy Thanksgiving to you, you know what you say? Bless you. Don't even say it back. Then that's gonna make them question, why are you only saying bless you? Then you can edify. See? Message. All right. So we got the next call. We got the next caller I got. All right, I got it down the line. So I got Shay Hendricks now. Then I got Octazalak. Then I got Dorsey. Then I got Danita. All right, that's the rundown. So Shay, you gotta unmute yourself, sis. Shalom. What's going on, sis?
Nothing much, brother. My name is Shay. I'm from the Mobile Body.
The what?
The Mobile Body, Alabama.
Alabama. Oh, okay. Cause you said Mobile. I'm like, I don't know where that is, but
Mobile, Alabama.
All right. Thank you for clearing that up. Shalom.
Shalom.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the things that I've been doing is really making sure that I stay in the Word. I could do a lot better at reading more. Following up from the sister that was just talking a minute ago, I just recently came into the truth, so I've probably been in for a year, and I just got baptized February 19th this year.
Oh, praise the Most High. Clap it up for that. Praise the Most High.
Yeah.
You really dedicated now.
Yeah, I am. Me and my husband both got baptized on the same day. So,
praise the Most High.
I think the most challenging thing for me has been, like how she was saying, like when you first come in, you have such a zeal that you find out and discover all the things that you were doing were completely false. So I've been, I don't want to use the word wavering, but that's kind of what it is between not being so overly righteous where you're like a Pharisee, but also like still trying to dedicate yourself to the Most High as well. So I think that that's been a major battle for me, because I'll go around some people and, they'll be watching things like, shows that I probably don't watch anymore, Love and Hip Hop or something like that. And I'll sit there and I'll watch it, but it's like not something that I really care to watch anymore. So it's like, and I think that they can kind of feel like, oh, my bad, you really don't want to watch this stuff. And I'm like, no, this is your house. Like, you watch whatever you want to watch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I think that's my biggest struggle.
Of trying to basically still please people that's in the world, like with your friendship or something like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Without making them feel like completely uncomfortable, but then also trying to walk in the Most High's truth too. That's something I was talking to my husband. I was like, man, like Satan is out here, Satan's people, they're out here loud and proud for the God they serve. And then it's like with us, like we kind of, like the Most High said, be harmless as doves, wise as serpents. But it's like we have to, go about things a different way, if that makes sense. We can't have that overly zeal like that.
But let me tell you this though. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Your lifestyle is supposed to make people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because why? They're in darkness. We're in light. It tells us that when the darkness seen the light, it comprehended it not. So they're not gonna understand. It brings confusion. They're gonna be confused. So your lifestyle. She probably came. She came off. Well, I'm gonna continue saying it. your lifestyle is actually supposed to be a light to them. It's supposed to prick them. So if you're around unbelievers or people in darkness and they don't feel pricked in their spirit, that means you're doing something wrong. All right, she's back. Wait, is that it? No, that's somebody else. Well, if you're still listening online, I'm going to finish out the question, right? I said, if you're around people in the world and they feel comfortable around you still, that means you're doing something wrong. People have to know that there's a difference between them and you. So don't feel like you're doing the wrong thing. You continue being a light in their presence. And maybe that's why the Most High still have you around them. So that way you could prick them. Right? Your lifestyle should prick them into wanting to do the right thing. Because don't think that for 1 second that people don't know when they're doing the thing, when they're doing something wrong. And especially when you're around, it magnifies what they're doing wrong even more. So it makes them uncomfortable. So it's not that you're doing something wrong. They're being uncomfortable in their darkness is being exposed because you're there. You're light. You understand? So don't feel no way, sis. You continue being that light and continue letting it shine. So that way at the day of judgment, they're gonna have no excuse. Like, yo, I had the sister here right here next to you. You felt the need to change. Why didn't you change? So it's not, don't put that on you, sis. Don't put that on you. You continue being the light. When you're around them, when you're not around them, if you do go around them, continue being the light. That's what we're supposed to do. That's what Christ said. No one takes a candle and then light it and then put it under a bed. You put it in the middle of the house so all can see. So you're there so that way they can see. All right, so I'm going to go to the next one. I said I had Oktazalak next. Then I got Shalom. You got to unmute your mic. Yeah, man, don't ever let these people in the world make you feel like you making them uncomfortable. We're supposed to make you uncomfortable. You're in darkness. I'm not the one in darkness, so you got to be uncomfortable. Shalom, Ak.
Shalom.
What's going on, Ak?
Just chiming in.
Yeah, what's up, man? So tell me, what are some of the things that you're doing to keep you dedicated?
Some of the things that I'm doing to keep me dedicated. Well, I more so wanted to comment on some of the things that I need to do to stay dedicated.
Mm-hmm.
If that's fine.
Yeah. That's along the same lines. Yeah.
Okay. Because I remember when I first started to get into this faith, like a little bit before I got baptized and a little bit after I got baptized, I used to have more of a zeal to tell people about the Most High and, the things that he's done for me, the things that he's pulled me away from, and just more so telling people about the love of the Most High.
Right.
Is one. I've noticed that, I'm like 3-4 years in now, and I've become complacent with not, telling people about the Most High. And another thing that I realized is that I haven't been praying without ceasing. Like I would when people make mistakes or certain things happen, you run into people in the public or in the grocery store, certain things may transpire. I've been looking at the person instead of realizing that everybody falls short of the glory and everybody makes mistakes, and not praying for that person or just not praying in general on how to deal with what just happened, what just took place.
Right.
So that's something that I've been realizing, whoa, what's going on? I used to pray when these things happen, and I was able to, you know, go on about my day, or you know, have a better day based on, because I just prayed for what just happened. And it's not necessarily, you know, all the time. You know, like I said, it can happen in the grocery store, and it can even happen amongst people that, you know, you're in the faith with. If you forget to pray without ceasing, you can easily look at that person like that person is to blame for what just happened.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, you know, that's something that I want to rededicate myself to, and also just, you know, just helping without expecting nothing in return. You know, like, and I'm sorry, you were gonna say something?
No, I said that's a good one.
Yeah, you know, helping, you know, without expecting anything in return. You know, all throughout the church and throughout the body, there's good examples. You got, you know, good brothers and sisters that help each other. You know what I mean? Just, you know, allowing the Most High to use their vessel to, you know, check on one another, help one another without expecting anything, just willing to be a vessel.
Right.
So, you know, that's just something that I just want to reevaluate myself on, and also reevaluate, you know, what love is, you know, because love is just the way people view love. Is like, okay, you know, I'm going to love you, but, you know, if you do this back in return, or if you don't do this a specific way, I won't love you. But everybody falls short, you know what I mean? And we all got to look at, like, okay, so the way that I view love could be different how this person could view love. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that you have to stop loving that person, because, you know, everybody's not going to measure up to what you think things are.
Exactly. Like yeah, not everybody is going to measure up to your expectations, basically. Yeah. You're right.
Right.
And we gotta be unbiased towards each other. That's basically what it is.
And if that, you know, if that person falls short, you know, are you still gonna love them? You know what I mean? And so, you know, it's a lot of things about, you know, rededicating my temple. You know what I mean? But it's a lot of things that I'm seeing I could be into my scriptures a lot more. You know, I've been finding myself like, dang, you know, I'm a part of these prayer groups, you know, in the morning and in the evening, but I'm not into the scriptures on my own personal time, spending my own personal time with the Most High. You know what I mean? So that, you know, that's just to name a few.
All right, I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that's what you feel that you assessed in your life, and you said, oh, you know what, I could do this better. I can do this, and that's what the Most High want to see. That we have a desire to want to please him. We have a desire to want to do things right for him. And trust me, he's gonna meet us halfway. He's gonna meet us. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, Con, I hope so, man. Because, you know,
it's not hope.
I'm about ready to recommit, man. You know what I mean? I got things that I see that's, you know, that I haven't been doing, and I'm ready to get back into that. So,
God, praise the Most High. There it goes. There it goes.
Yeah,
right in the spirit of in the feast. Right in line with the feast. So praise the Most High for that.
Yeah, praise the Most High. Thank you for doing your works. It's much appreciated, and it's not being overlooked.
All praises be to the Most High first and foremost, man. And yeah, listen, you know, as long as the Most High give me the inspiration and give me the power to do so, I'm here for the body. I'm here for my brothers and sisters. So praise the Most High.
We need this. So keep doing what you're doing.
It's
it's a great works, you know what I mean, and I just pray that, you know, it's received amongst the heavens, and that the Most High is looking down on you, seeing what you're doing, and that it just continues to get better. I'm thankful for that. You got my mind thinking tonight. Praise the Most High.
All praise be to the Most High, my brother.
All praises be to the Most High. Right. Shalom.
Shalom. I'm definitely gonna put you back in the queue, and I'll see you this weekend as well too. Most High will. Praise the Most High. Now I got who I said I had next. Oh, I got my sister Danita. I after Danita. Wait. Oh, I put the wrong person. I'm sorry. You know what? I got you next, Danita. Wait, yeah, I got you next, Danita. It's going up and down. So I got you next, Danita. I hit who's this? Trisha. Or Trisha. I'm sorry. Trisha Yasharala. You gotta unmute. Then I got Danita. And then I got Ruth after. Shalom, shalom. Can you hear me?
Unmuted.
Shalom.
I got Ruth after.
Hello?
Shalom, shalom.
Oh, you gotta mute me in the background, sis.
Unmuted. Shalom.
Trisha, you gotta mute me in the background. Keep yourself unmuted, but mute me in the background. Shalom. You can unmute yourself, but keep me muted in the background. I don't know if that makes sense, or the TV or the whatever you got playing in the background.
Okay.
Okay, better now. Shalom. Trisha, right? Hello? I just heard you. You have to unmute yourself. Shalom. All right, I'm going to put you back in the queue until you're ready. I gotta get to these other people as well.
Yes, please.
Hello?
Oh my God.
I hear you now. Whatever you're doing, don't touch it.
Okay.
All right. Shalom. Hello?
I can't hear you. Okay. Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, I definitely can hear you.
Okay, this is Trisha Yasharala.
How you doing? You gotta mute me in the. You have a. Do you have a TV in the background playing?
It is muted. Now, can you hear me?
Now I hear you. Yes.
Shalom.
All right,
how's
shalom.
everybody doing?
How are you doing? Where are you calling from?
I am calling from Atlanta.
Okay. Shalom.
I am new to the body.
Okay, welcome. You recently baptized?
And that's what I'm going to talk to you about because I love your question. Repeat the question that you're asking us.
Basically, what are you doing to stay dedicated to the Most High?
Awesome. So what I've done is I have, of course, been constantly praying to Ahaya, constantly. It's been praise and prayer, right? Also, within that, I have decided to join the academy. So I have had 2 sessions where I have been in the academy and I earned my certificate. So
praise the Most High.
I'm so proud.
Clap that up. Praise the Most High. Yes.
Yes. However, what's lacking right now, and I just praise Ahaya that I was able to catch you tonight, is that I'm new to the body, but I'm lost. I don't have anyone.
You said
to help me. I don't have anyone to help me. I feel lost. I watch all the time when there's programs, and I don't want to call in. Because I've asked for, please, let me get it out. I've asked for a connection here in Atlanta, and I was provided a phone number to a bishop, and I called the bishop. And y'all need to know that there's a lot of us new, really brand new to the body, and we don't know what to do. And it's like cold water in our face, right? But we want to be a part of the body. And when we don't hear feedback, like even though I was provided that information, and I'm being very careful of what I'm saying because I'm not trying to throw anyone under the bus, but you all need to know You're doing wonderful things, and it is so inspiring. But it's not just a praying to a higher. It's not just about joining the academy. It's about we're lost sheep out here, and we don't be just being a part of it. Just having someone to contact, just having someone to help us.
All right, well,
I haven't been able to get any information when I call, and when I looked it up online, it's not even a church. It's some other church, some restoration church. And I don't know what to do because it's exasperating.
Sis, real
I've
quick.
been doing this for months.
Hold on, sister. Did you get in contact with I believe it's Bishop Baruch? Was that the person that you got you got the information to?
Yes, and I love the personal voicemail.
And no one got back to you.
Wants to no avail.
All right.
It makes me feel like.
Listen, sis. Don't worry. You're not alone. All right. Just you got in contact with me. I'm gonna get you in contact with the people that you need to get in contact with. What I need you to do.
Why was I led to that number and website?
Listen,
sister, the website don't even look like the church and the address.
Sister, I don't know who you was in contact with. I don't know.
It was from the academy. It came from the academy.
Did it come from the elder?
It came from the Hebrew and Bible Academy. They even followed up and asked me if I had gotten in touch with someone.
Who? Okay.
I call. It's like, I don't know how it feels. Even when please, let me just get it out.
No, I hear what you're saying.
So close, y'all.
No, I hear what you're saying.
Even in the comments, I'll be seeing y'all like talking to each other.
Sis.
We feeling like we just not a part of it.
Sister, I hear what you're saying, but I need you to just listen now. You gotta take a deep breath and just listen, so that way we could try to figure this out. Because I hear what you're saying. Now we gotta get the resolve. All right, we gotta try to get to the resolve. We gotta get to the bottom of it. Okay, so I'm gonna unmute you again, and I need you to just listen so we could get the resolve. All right.
But to everyone in the chat, I'm not trying to be difficult. Y'all just don't know how much a lot of us we really look up.
I understand.
For real.
I understand.
Some
I
of
understand.
us are lost out here.
Sister, I understand. So listen. This is what we got to get to the resolve. Okay. What I need you to do, I need you to do two things. I need you to send an email, right, to a gatheringas1@aol.com, and I want you to also send me an email.
Okay.
So that way I can make sure, personally, I will make sure that you get in contact with the people that you need to be in contact with out there in Georgia. Can you do that for me?
Yes, I will.
All right. So take down my email.
You, the water.
No problem. Listen.
So much.
Take down my email.
Everyone stay safe and good night.
Listen, sis. Hello?
Okay.
Take down my email. All right? So that way you can get in contact with I'll get you in contact with the people that you need to get in contact with. All right? So bornoflevi@gmail.com. Okay? Trisha? I don't know if she's muted herself, if she's still there. bornoflevi@gmail.com. And I can't hear you. You're not. Okay, she got off. So if you're still watching this stream, my moderator is going to put the email in the chat, but it's bornoflevi@gmail.com. Send me an email, and I'll get you in contact with whoever it is that you need to get in contact with in Georgia. All right, sis? Be strong, be blessed, right? We here. We're not going nowhere until the Most High pulls the plug. So let me go to the next one. All right, we got Sister Danita. You know, I got to make room for my sister right here. Sister Danita Atkins from the DMV body, Shalom, Shalom. How you doing, my sister?
Deacon Hazak.
How you doing, sis?
I'm good. I can't complain. Shalom, G.O.C.C. body. Well, what I have done to rededicate myself or keep myself focused on the Most High and my walk is I challenge myself every day and every week with something positive. So for me, I'm learning to walk in the fruits of the Spirit, love being the first one, and then practicing patience and temperance and long suffering. Because I know we go through those three main things daily.
Yeah.
And, I always try to do something nice for somebody else every day, whether it's, feeding the homeless while I'm riding down the road, or, saying some encouraging words to somebody that's in the body. I'll call some sisters in the truth just to check on them to make sure they're good. I carry my sword with me every day and read scriptures. I practice reading different scriptures to keep me lifted up. But and I surround myself around people who are positive, and those that's not in the truth, that's not in the world. I don't condemn them because I was where they once. I just, I talk to them with love.
Right.
And those who want to receive it, they see my light. And, just a quick testimony to those that's having a hard time and they, new to the truth. And I'm only 2 years baptized. Okay.
Praise the Most High.
All praise to the Most High. My dad, believe it or not, we didn't always have the strongest relationship. And my dad, he took the Jim Jones juice, and for a while he was mean and nasty. But I continued to keep my light. And by me keeping my light the way I was, my dad started noticing the change in me. But I go pick him up. I still take him to the doctors. We still do things together, father and daughter. I didn't stop being around my dad because it's my dad.
Of course, yeah. You gotta honor him.
He started seeing my light, and my dad started changing how he spoke. And he started changing, he noticed that when I wasn't eating pork and I wasn't eating crab, shrimp, I didn't go around saying, I don't want crab, shrimp, and lobster. I just said, I don't have the taste for it no more, Dad. I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm like, you can have it if you want it, but I don't have the taste. And he started noticing what I started to eat. So now he don't want it as much.
Wow. You rubbing off on him. Yeah.
And so, just to tell each brother and sister coming into the truth, don't stop being around your family just because these things. When they see your light and they see how you're living and how you walking, they're gonna question. They're watching us.
Yep.
So all praise the Most High for us that's standing strong, and those that's struggling with it, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
But just keep your countenance, keep your light, and speak positive words to yourself and to those around you. And I just yield with that.
Oh, praise the Most High. Let me clap that up for that. All praises the Most High. Beautifully said. Well said. I'm gonna put you back in the queue. I really appreciate you, Sister Dina, always bringing great points. But that goes to show that light, so your light is supposed to rub off and shine through the darkness. It's not supposed to be the other way around. The darkness is not supposed to overtake the light. Right? When light turns on, darkness has to flee. So praise the Most High for that example. And I pray that everybody takes that example and use that. Don't not be around your family because they're not in the truth. Use charity like we read earlier. Charity edifies, right? But knowledge puffeth up. So I got Ruth now. 2 more callers, and then that's Godspeed from there. So I got Ruth now. Ruth Dorsey.
Shalom.
Ruth, where we calling from?
I'm from the DMV body.
Oh, DMV's in the house. Okay, what's going on, sis?
Right. Yes, I just called it just to say it's been. First, I just want to say it's been like 3 years or so since I'm still doing the same thing. Fear God and keeping the commandments, and I'm fighting daily to do it. Since the baptism, I was baptized on May the 15th, 2021.
Praise the
And once I made that change, and I changed my very lonely, dark walk into lightness, and I'm still pushing for to stay in lightness. So that's where I'm at.
Every day, yeah, every day, yeah.
I just had to say.
So tell me like one thing that you do that actually helps you stay devoted, stay dedicated to the Most High. Like, give me one example.
I just tell myself daily just do it.
Just do it.
I mean, I don't use the words like I used to say, like, I'm going to try, or I be saying different words. Now I just say, just do it. I'm doing it. Just do it.
Speaking it to existence. I like that.
Yeah, just do it.
I appreciate you, Sister Ruth. I really appreciate that.
No problem.
Thank you for calling. I'm gonna put you back in the queue. Shalom.
Shalom.
Oh man, see, yo, sometimes you just gotta just do it. You gotta just do it, man. You can't just allow your flesh to overtake you, man. Like, we got more power than the flesh. So last call of the night, we got Moses calling in. You gotta unmute yourself, Moses, whenever you're ready.
Hello, can you hear me?
Definitely hear you. Shalom. Or peace and blessings.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
Likewise. Where are you calling from?
I want to keep that kind of private.
No, it's okay. All right. Are you part of the church, or?
Well, I'm messianic, but I'm oneness.
I'm sorry, you're what?
I said I'm messianic, but I believe in oneness theology.
Okay. All right. So what's going on? Talk to me.
Yeah. So I was just kind of had a question for you. So are you anti New Testament at all?
Am I anti New Testament? Of course not. I believe in the Messiah. He's written all of it in the New Testament.
That's good. That's good. Do you mind if I and it was interesting. Something just kind of I'm normally just kind of scrolling by, and I just wrote this just kind of looking by in the book of Hebrews with Matthew Mark, and I was just looking at something that you mentioned. You mentioned the light, and I thought that was interesting. I thought I wanted to share something with you, if that's okay.
All right, you reading out the Bible?
Yeah.
All right, you can read what scripture you at, so I can read it with you.
Okay, so there's a few different precepts. There's some Old Testament precepts. I want to start with Daniel chapter. Actually, let's not do that one. Exodus chapter 3, verse 2. Exodus chapter 3, verse 2. And it says, "And the angel of the Lord Yahweh appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of a bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire," right? And the bush was not consumed. I just want you to. There's a few that I'm going to read back to back. Just kind of keep up.
But
I'm going to explain why.
But before we go, before we go there, let's stay in Exodus chapter 3.
Sure.
So you said in verse 2 it says, and read that again.
"And the angel of the Lord, Malach Adonai, right, appeared unto him in a flame of fire out of the midst of the bush. And he looked, and behold, the bush burned with fire, and the bush was not consumed." Okay.
So have you ever read down?
Have I ever continued reading? Yeah. You want to continue reading?
Yeah, I actually would like to, because you said a name, and I wanted to make sure that I heard it correctly.
Well, Malach Adonai?
No. You said something else earlier.
Okay. "And the angel of the Lord appeared unto him in the flame of fire."
Now you're saying Lord, because before you said something else. I just wanted to.
Jehovah, Yahweh.
Yeah, that's what you call the Most High God.
Yahweh. Yeah, Jehovah. That's what is in the Bible, right?
Do me a favor. Let's keep reading down. Matter of fact, let's just jump right to it. Let's go to
okay.
Let's go to verse 13.
Appeared unto him in a flame.
No. Wait, hold on. We're gonna take it slow. Just start at verse 13.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's jump down to 13.
Yeah.
And Moses said unto God, behold, when I come unto the
take your
time.
Take your time.
It shall stay. Yep.
Yeah.
My friend, I got you. The God of your fathers have sent me unto you, and they shall say unto me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them? God said unto Moses, I am that I am.
Sir, Moses, I should say. Let's not speed past that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
What was the question that was asked by Moses?
Him, what shall I call you?
No. This is what we're not going to play semantics.
And Moses said unto God, behold, when I come unto the children of Israel, and shall say unto them, God, the God of your fathers, have sent me unto you.
No.
And they shall say to
Moses,
me, what is his name? What shall I say unto them?
So the question,
and God said unto Moses, I am that I am.
Moses, this is how we're going to do it, because I'm actually teaching right now. So.
Okay, sure.
The question was asked was what?
Let me read it again.
No. You don't got to read it again. What was the question that was asked?
What shall I say unto them?
No. What is his name?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what Moses asked?
That's what the people asked.
Not the people. Moses. Because who's the conversation is happening to right now? Happening with, I should say.
It's happening with Moses.
And who?
Moses is asking on behalf of the people. Is everybody at Mount Sinai right now?
So now,
brother, is everybody at Mount Sinai right now, or is it Moses and God?
Brother, just one at a time.
But can you answer the question? Is everybody at Mount Sinai, or is it?
Brother, one at a time. Because I'm not going to allow you to come on here and bring confusion. We're going to read the scripture, and we're going to answer it as we see. We're not going to interject. We're not going to say what's there. We're not going to speak in hypotheticals. We both know it was Moses and the Most High speaking. So now I'm going to ask you again. The question that was asked was, what is his name, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now let's continue reading. This is how we do it in proper context.
And God said unto Moses,
let me put it on the screen. Let me put it on the screen so everybody could see
that I am.
So Moses, he said, I am. Okay. Listen, one at a time.
Okay.
We gotta break it down so we get understanding. And God said unto Moses, I am that I am.
That I am.
And read what else he said.
And he said, thus shall say unto the children of Israel, I am, have sent me unto you.
Okay, now let's hold it right there.
Okay.
So when God spoke to Moses clearly said, they're going to ask me what your name is. What shall I say to them? God clearly says, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, I am, have sent me unto you. So if we're reading it with reading comprehension, what is the name that he said to tell them that sent you?
Do you know how to say I am that I am in Hebrew?
Sir,
or no?
Sir, I'm asking you a question. Let's stay.
I mean, you're asking a question, but then if I answer, is that going to be sufficient for you?
Moses, you cannot answer.
Or do you want to?
Moses, you cannot answer a question with a question. You can't. I don't understand that doesn't work like that. What I'm saying is, the question was asked, the answer was given. So I'm asking you, what was the answer that was given to Moses to tell?
That I am.
Okay, he said to tell them that I am sent me unto you. So
I
now
am that I am.
Right.
Boy,
so now we understand that this conversation was not happening.
Are you saying Jehovah isn't his name?
All right. If you're gonna keep interjecting me, I'm just gonna mute you so that way I can teach the people who's listening. Because we're not gonna come to any consensus. We're not gonna come to any agreement if I'm speaking and then you're gonna cut me off. So I'm going to try this again one last time, right? So we understand that the language that they were speaking.
I'm waiting for you to get to Exodus 6:3.
All right.
Then we can hurry up and finish this conversation.
Listen, we're definitely going to get there. I love that.
Yeah,
I actually love that
Let's
scripture.
hurry up and get there so then we can finish this conversation. Then I can get to the point of why
All
I'm
right,
here.
great. So look. So this is what I'm saying. The language that they were speaking here was not English. We understand it was Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
When you go into the Hebrew, the transliteration of the Hebrew word of Ahaya, Ahaya is actually in English, I am that I am. So when the Most High told Moses to tell the children of Israel his name, he said, I am have sent me unto you. So now I want you to keep reading.
Let's keep reading. And this is supposed to prove that Jehovah is in his name, right?
I'm just reading God's word.
Okay.
Verse 15.
Let's keep reading. Verse 15. And God said moreover to Moses, thus shalt thou say unto the children of Israel, the Lord God of your fathers, the God of Abraham. You're aware what all capitalized Lord means, right?
Yeah, keep reading, sir.
Okay. This is interesting that you stopped here and when it literally. All right. The God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob have sent me unto you. This is my name forever.
This is what? Wait. Whoa.
Unto all generations.
Whoa. We can't speed past that. We can't do that.
Why are you
hold
acting
on
like this
hold
is
on
something new?
Hold on, sir.
Okay, buddy.
He said
then we're going to get into Exodus 6:3 and Zechariah chapter 14
and
verse 9.
We're definitely going to go there. But listen, he said this is my name forever.
Name forever. Yep. Jehovah.
The name and you see and this is the problem with some of you.
And then we're going to get into
and this is the problem with some of you guys, because you guys like to interject, which actually is false teaching. What you guys are doing, you can't add anything to the scriptures. If you read the New Testament tells you that any man that adds anything into this record, his name shall be blotted out of the book of life. So you adding the name Yahuwah there is a disrespect to what we just read just now. And you actually know the Hebrew. You went into the Hebrew and you attest that the Hebrew word that was there is Ahaya Shoahaya.
Says,
right?
And I will show wonders in heaven.
All right, so now let's go. So now,
fire and pillars of smoke, and the sun shall be turned into darkness.
All right, so Moses,
and the moon into blood.
All right, you're just
before
gonna keep
the
talking.
Great and terrible day of the.
All right, he's out of here. Because you're out of here. You're out of here. Because if I'm gonna teach, you're not gonna out teach me or outspeak me. So for edification's sake, for those who's listening to this, and if you're still watching, maybe you can learn something, because I'm going to show you the scripture and I'm going to show you the breakdown of Exodus 6 as well too. Because I don't understand why people just can't just take what the Most High said and just let it be. If the Most High said Yahuwah, we would all be saying that, but he didn't say that. He told them to tell them that I am, which is Ahaya in the Hebrew. That's what he said. So I'm not gonna add another name. Like, I don't know how he did that. That's magic. This guy that's magic. I don't know how he did that, but that's magic. Okay, guys, if you ever run into anybody who tells you in the first sentence, yeah, it's Ahaya, and then in the next sentence say it's Yahweh, that's magic. You're dealing with a sorcerer. So now let's go to what he was trying to bring forth. Just as a teaching moment, Exodus 3 and 6, and this is where a lot of people get caught up, not because they err not knowing the scriptures, and they err not really understanding what's called process of time and the timeline. So this was the first time. Exodus 3 and 13 was the first time the Most High the Most High gave his name, revealed his name to anybody. Okay? The Most High only revealed his name that one time, because he was asked his name and it was revealed. Now, Exodus 6:3, what he wanted to go to, clearly says this. Now, we're going to read it together. So And hopefully he's watching so he could learn something. So Exodus 6:3 says, and I appeared unto Abraham and Isaac and unto Jacob by the name of God Almighty. That's how he appeared to them. Our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, only knew him as God Almighty. So now let's look at this now, this interjection. But by my name Jehovah was I not known unto them. So we got two discrepancies here. One, we got the name Jehovah there, when we know there's no letter J's in the Hebrew, or he would argue and say it was Yahweh there. Okay, great. He says, but by my name Jehovah was I not known to them. Right? So we all agree that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob did not know the name Jehovah. And we're reading this in Exodus 6:3. So now let's go to Genesis. And this is how you cast down imaginations, brothers and sisters. Go to Genesis. Because according to Exodus chapter 6:3, Abraham did not know the name Jehovah. So we in Genesis chapter 20. Let me go to 22. So we in Genesis 22, and let me get this scripture for you right here. Okay, so mind you, Exodus 6:3 clearly says that Abraham did not know the name Jehovah. So now let's go back to the time of Abraham and see what transpires here. And Abraham called the name of that place Jehovah Jireh. As it is said to this day, in the mountain of the Lord it shall be seen. So how could Abraham, who've never heard the name Jehovah, let's go back in time and say, you know what, I'm going to name this mountain Jehovah Jireh. But I didn't know that name. I only knew the name God Almighty. So now please explain to me, how did our father Abraham call a place Jehovah when he had no understanding that the name was Jehovah? And this is how you cast down imaginations, understanding that these people are going to try everything in their power to denounce the name of the Most High. They're gonna try their best to try to prove a point that can't be proven. Like, I don't get it. If God says his name is I am that I am, who am I to change that? So I agree with Exodus 6:3. And I understand that the name Jehovah wasn't there in Exodus 6:3. It was Ahia that was there, because that's the name that he revealed in the burning bush. And that name was never revealed to mankind until Moses. So there's no way Abraham could have named anything by the name of the Most High. And if we want to be politically correct, what he actually named it was the powers provided. So the Elohim Jireh or Yara, if we want to be politically correct, because they only knew him by the name God Almighty. So if we want to be correct, the translation for the word God is Elohim. So he actually named that place Elohim Yahweh. The powers will provide. And brothers and sisters, that's how you cast down imaginations in a nutshell. So that's one thing we're not gonna do. We're not gonna allow somebody to misteach or do anything crazy in here and not bring out scriptures. But, that was the last call, and I praise the Most High that was the last call. There's a reason why it had to be a last call, because it's nothing to really see. But praise the Most High, brothers and sisters. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying? I love the word. I love the name of the Most High. I am that I am. right? And we're going to continue to proclaim that. And don't let nobody steal that name from us, because that's the name that brought us, that woke us up. That's the name, and that's the name that's going to take us out of captivity the second time, right? So, like I say it every week, brothers and sisters, like all good things, this show must also come to an end. Yeah, so brothers and sisters, praise the Most High for all things. Stay devoted to the Most High. Don't let nobody try to remove that from you. See, I knew Satan was going to try to come and tempt us, try to remove that devotion. Man, we are blessed by the best, and his name is Ahaya. So praise the Most High. Once again, Shalom. Enjoy the Sabbath, this coming Sabbath. Enjoy the feast, right? And continue to stay dedicated to the Most High. Continue to renew your minds daily. And, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Shalom. Peace and blessings. Love y'all. Unbelievable.